We'll call to order the City of Douglasville City Council regular meeting for tonight, which is Monday, October the 1st. Our invocation will be done by Pastor Gene Fields, pastor of Heritage Baptist Church, and after that we'll have our Pledge of Allegiance. It'll be led by the Mayor Pro Tem Richard Siegel. Please stand for the invocation.
Thank you. Let us pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this beautiful day. And Father, we know that in all things, Father, they are gifts from you. And Father, we know that cooler weather is ahead. So Father, we just claim that. Father, we thank you for this day because it's been a day not only that you've given us, but Father, you've walked with us today. You've shown your majesty. You've provided for us. Father, you've done quiet things in our lives, and you've intervened on our behalf where we'll never even know it. And we just thank you for that. Father, I just invite your activity into this room tonight. Father, I ask blessings on this council and our mayor. Father, I'm so thankful to live in this community and Father, fall under the leadership of people who love their community, have a passion for people. Father, I pray for their wisdom. Give them godly eyes and godly hearts to see and to guide. Father, I ask protection on their families as they're away. Father, we just thank you again for this time. I'm thankful that we live in a community and a country, Father, that we can pray openly. And Father, we don't take that lightly because we come into your presence through your Son, Jesus. In his name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem. We're going to have to get our flags switched back. And Pastor Fields, I think you can take up a collection after that invocation. That was pretty good. It was good. That will preach. Thank you so much. So we will move on to announcements and presentations, and we do have a couple of presentations this evening. And before, I'll do the protocol after I do the presentations. So the first one is a presentation of Keep Douglasville Beautiful Beacons Award to Jaquez Q. Hunt for his outstanding community service in being the creative lead choreographer and director of Keep Douglasville Beautiful Trash Mob PSA. So Ms. Chan Weeks, our executive director of Keep Douglasville Beautiful, are you passing out batteries too?
We did pass out some batteries to some of the audience tonight. So, and I'll just make a quick mention of that if I can. Those are available at all the fire stations throughout the county as of today. So if anybody did not get some that are here tonight, they're welcome to go by any of the fire stations, and those are free to all residents. So
yes, ma'am.
Those are your 9-volt batteries for your smoke and carbon monoxide detectors. So tonight we are presenting our Beacons Award to Jaquez Hunt. We call him Q, and he is here with us tonight. And our Beacons Award is for beautification, conservation, and service, and that is given to a business or individual who exemplifies one or many of those. And tonight we are giving it to Q for, like what you just said, for basically taking lead on our Trash Mob PSA, and I think we're going to get to watch that. So if y'all don't mind, we'll do that first before the presentation.
Okay. We're watching backwards.
I got a feeling down to my bones, a clean community that I can call my home. All through my city, school district zone, healthy environment that I can call my own. I want that trash up on my sidewalks, safe streets leading to my home. I see junk up on my playground and I stop. Ooh, pick it up and keep it moving. It can be done so easily. Now I'm happy and I'm grooving, 'cause it's clean. If everyone tries, then they will all know that we can keep Douglasville beautiful. If we choose, who knows where we'll go. We can change it. We can change it. We can change it. We all count on you, so just do your part, yeah. The world depends on you, so just use your heart. Everybody counts on
fun. And obviously, Q did a tremendous job getting all of it organized. He has kids that he works with at New Manchester High School, and he has singers and musicians and all kinds of people that he brought together to really make this happen. And we can't also forget to thank our communications department for doing all the filming and a just amazing job for everybody. So I'm going to invite, I have a few board members, and if y'all would like to come up.
Would you like to have anything to say, Mr. Q?
Questions? Yeah?
I'm sorry.
You have anything to say? Please give us your name and address.
I would just like to say I've been a member of the Douglasville community for a long time now. Graduated from Alexander, and I taught kids for years here. So my heart is rooted here. I'm everywhere else, but my heart is rooted here, and I'm honored that you guys even asked me to be able to be a part of this. So thank you so much, guys, for giving me the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your creativity. Have the council come around and take a picture, please.
Mr. Miller, just a little bit. There you go. I want to be able to see you. All right, everybody, just hold on tight. We'll shoot several. All right. Thank you.
Way to give back. That's exciting. Now we'll move on to another presentation, and it's a presentation by myself of a proclamation regarding the 50th anniversary of Eastside Elementary School. 50 years? Wow. That's a long time. And Eastside and Burnett are across the street from each other. And I've been to both of those schools. I enjoy attending every year, either through Rotary or being principal for the day with the school system. So I'll read the proclamation, and then we have some representatives that are here that will come forward. Hello. Proclamation. Whereas Eastside Elementary School was founded in the fall of 1968, and whereas the professionalism and personal commitment of the staff to the children of Eastside Elementary to be the standard of excellent torch carries into the next generation and world-class scholars that have been under the tutelage of martyr educators, and Eastside Elementary goes above and beyond the call of duty to meet the needs of all students. Staff members are passionate about the empowerment and encouragement of their students, ensuring that parents and community leaders are as well. And whereas Eastside Elementary is known within the community as a supporter, academic excellence, and diverse culture and of the arts, and whereas the City of Douglasville is honored to express special gratitude to the dedication of the educators, administrators, and staff of Eastside Elementary that have been integral in educating the youth of the community for over 50 years. And now, therefore, I, Rochelle Robinson, Mayor of the City of Douglasville, do hereby proclaim Saturday, October 20th, 2018, as Eastside Elementary's 50th anniversary in the City of Douglasville. I urge all citizens to join me in congratulating Eastside Elementary in this historic milestone and encourage continued community support of all Eastside Bears, past, present, and future. So we have the educators, some representatives to come forward. If you would please come and give your name and address for the record and have something to say. We'd love to hear from you, and then we'll take a picture. Yes, ma'am, please come forward. And my sorority has the pantry there as well, and we've refreshed the playground.
Yes, your sorority does support our school. My name is Mary Breeding. I am the music specialist for Eastside Elementary School, and Ms. Otwell is one of the past East Side staff members, and currently her daughter works at our school.
Oh.
So we have a little legacy going on
Generations,
here. So we're very, very grateful to be acknowledged and to be at such a wonderful community that supports our Title I school, and we just are so grateful to have this opportunity to be recognized in a positive light. Ms.
Yes.
Otwell?
I'm Mary Faye Otwell, and I taught at Eastside for 24 years.
Wow.
My daughter, that is the media specialist there now, and my son both attended there for 5 years of their time before they went across the street to Burnett. In 1980, I started teaching at Eastside and retired in 2004.
Wow.
But my heart is there, my family has been there, and I have raised many daughter teachers there, and I'm proud to have just left a meeting there to come to this one.
Oh, my
so
goodness.
it is a wonderful school, and I'll always be proud of it. Thank you so much for this honor.
Thank you so much. Thank you for investing your time and continuing to invest your family there and all the daughters. And thank you again for coming out this evening. Let's give them a hand, and then we'll come around and take a picture.
There we go. All right. Nice smiles. All right. Thank you.
Those were exciting. It's always good to encourage each other in the community for doing good. Now, I'll go through the protocol for the meeting, and then we'll go on with our printed agenda. I'd like to welcome you again to the City of Douglasville's regular voting meeting. This is a City Council regular meeting of agenda items where official action will be taken tonight. Items were discussed last Thursday at the work session, and so we'll be taking action on those items tonight. If the business you're here for is not listed as an agenda item, there will be ample time under the agenda item from comments from citizens and delegates for you to come forward. We'd like for you to give your name and address for the record, and we'd love to hear from you. You have 5 minutes as you come forward to the podium. I would ask that you would keep your comments and presentations on a professional level, dealing with the facts that are important for this governing body to make our decisions. We will not accept comments that are considered by the chair to be a personal attack on any individual or group of individuals. You'll receive a warning from the chair if you deviate from this requirement, and after the second deviation, we'll request that you will leave the chambers for the night. Only one person speaking at a time. You'll have 5 minutes to give your comments. Please do not applaud or react to the speakers. We'll take public comment on items that were for the zoning matters. And if you have a electronic device, a telephone, cell phone, iPad, and such, if you would put those in silent mode or turn those off until after the meeting, we'd appreciate that. The agenda items will be handled as follows. The committee person will read the agenda item, then that person representing that agenda item will come forward with the applicant to make his or her presentation. The council members and myself will possibly ask questions clarifying information that we did not cover last Thursday. That person will have 30 minutes. You can have 30 minutes for, 30 minutes against those agenda items. You'll come forward and give your name and address for the record, and then make your comments. There should have been a card that you filled out to give to the city clerk, Ms. Vicki Acker, to my right, for the record, and then you can have an opportunity to speak. This is not a question and answer format. Sometimes we're a little lenient and we let you talk a little bit, but we ask that you will not have a debate or question and answers. We'll try to get information to you. And again, that is kind of all we know how to direct and act in meetings, so we're just giving that just in case that someone doesn't understand how the meeting goes. So now we'll move on to our printed agenda, and we're at item number 5, is minutes for approval. Minutes of the legislative work session of September 13th, 2018, and the regular meeting and executive session of September 17th, 2018. I open the floor for a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve the minutes of the legislative work session of September 13th, 2018, and regular meeting and the executive session of September 17th. Is there any further discussion from the council members as it relates to the minutes? Any additions or? Okay. All those in favor of approving the minutes, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The minutes are approved. Now open the floor to approve the consent agenda.
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve the consent agenda as presented. Are there any questions or comments from council members? Any further discussion as relates to the consent agenda? Thank you. Not seeing any. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. The consent agenda is approved. Move on to number 7, which is Public Safety Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
At this time, Madam Mayor, no items. Madam Mayor, thank you.
You don't have any items. Welcome back, Councilman. We understand that you were in training last week. It's good to see you.
Yes, ma'am, it was good. It was gig, land bank, and housing.
That's good. That's what we
Housing,
need.
real good. Hope to bring it to our area.
Yes, sir. You're over education and training. You're always getting educated, so that's a good thing. We'll move on to item 8, Community and Economic Development Committee. That's chaired by Mayor Pro Tem Richard Siegel.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No business tonight.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor Pro Tem. Good to have you back as well, even though you were here last week. You were flying off the airplane to get here. We'll move on to item 9, Planning and Development Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have
You're
two
welcome.
items tonight under Planning and Development. Item A is item 22-18-68. Consider a request for approval for a development plan for McDonald's USA LLC for .75 acres at 9502 Highway 5, located land lot 160, District 2, Section 5, Parcel 57, for plans dated August 10th, 2018. Application by Lorraine Wynn, Axis Infrastructure. Is there a representative for this application present? Please come forward. How are you, ma'am? Could we have your name and address for the record, please?
Yes, I am Danielle Williams of 1111 Cambridge Square, Alpharetta, Georgia. Danielle Williams with Axis Companies.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I know that we had a discussion on Thursday night considering this item, and is there any additional information that you now here tonight would like to present to us concerning that?
No, after our presentation on Thursday, everything is complete.
Okay. Is there any discussion or any questions for the applicant that the mayor or council may have? Yes, Madam Mayor.
I did, Mr. Chairman. Thank you so much. Ms. Williams did, and then she may have answered this question for me, but I can't recall the time frame that it's going to take for renovations to be done on this McDonald's on Highway 5.
Our normal process is between 6 to 8 weeks. Because of the size of the store, it'll probably be an 8-week process just because it's the 2-story one.
Will it still be operable, or it's going to be closed down totally?
We'll try to keep the drive-through open, but we do take into consideration the safety of our patrons
Yes.
coming to visit the restaurant. So while we're doing the dining room renovations, we'll do like the rental, porta potty types outside that has hot water and stuff in them, and keep the drive-through facility running while we renovate the dining room. But for the most part, we'll try to stay open as much as possible for patrons.
Okay.
But once we get to the drive-through side, we do like to kind of close down because it's an endangerment to our employees and to patrons coming to visit the restaurant. So.
Yes, ma'am. So they'll be diverted to Chapel Hill or Hospital Drive.
And we do a lot of signage outside while we're doing the renovations as well. So.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I know we have that going as well as Chick-fil-A. So Highway 5 is going to be upgraded with those eateries. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
And you may have mentioned this earlier. I know that some of the McDonald's are franchised. Do you have the maybe renovation for the McDonald's on Fairburn Road?
Fairburn location? I'll double check the dates on that one. I think I had sent you guys a list of the Douglasville ones at one point. Did I ever get that to you?
If I'm not mistaken, I believe it was mentioned on Thursday night that was slated for 2020.
Yes.
I believe that question was asked during
It depends on how many
discussion.
the operator are doing at one time, so we don't like to overburden them financially. The
Right.
company does contribute to it as well, but for franchisees, most of this is out of their pockets that they're doing, so.
And I don't have the date for this. I had a constituent ask me, is the McDonald's on Highway 5, is it older than the one on Fairburn Road?
I think it is a couple of years older.
Okay.
They were done around the same time.
Around the same time.
But the plans are similar to the same dates from that prototype of the building, but yeah.
All
I
right.
think they're maybe 4 years apart.
Thank you. I don't have any other questions.
Other question or comment? Seeing none, then I'll make a motion on item. Let me first make sure, just so that everyone is aware. Mr. Schaefer from our planning department, I want to make sure that the plans, and we mentioned this on Thursday night, the plans have been reviewed. This is a development plan for a remodel.
Yes.
It's not a tear down or rebuild.
no.
It will be, I'm assuming, similar to what was done recently on Chapel Hill Road.
On Chapel Hill, yes.
Okay. And all the plans have been reviewed and approved as far as facades. Is that correct, Mr. Schaefer? Okay. Just want to make sure that that was understood. Item 221868, I make a motion for approval.
Thank you. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to approve item 22-18-68. Is there any further discussion as it relates to this item? Thank you. Not seeing any. All those in favor of approving this item, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Item 22-18-68 is approved.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, as always.
Thank you. Good luck. Next item, 22-18-69, refer to the zoning board a proposed ordinance to amend section 2.04.03 of the zoning code ordinance to allow property to be zoned to R4 as a base zone within DCD developments, to enact subsection 3.03.07 to require a traffic study for certain applications for DCD zone property, to enact subsections 5.03.02B, item 11, to refer to requirements for traffic studies, and to enact subsection 8.197.01A to define a traffic study. I know that we have discussed this. This is an item that was inadvertently, mistakenly taken out as to a zoning of R4 in an earlier change in an ordinance, and this basically places that zoning classification back in as a possibility with limitations according to that ordinance. I'll make a motion. Is there any discussion on this? Any questions or comments, council? Hearing none, then I make a motion that we approve item 22-18-69.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I have a motion to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
Thank you. We had someone push the button. You have it, Ms. Vicki? Okay. So been properly moved and second to approve item 22-18-69. Is there any further discussion as relates to this item? Thank you. Not seeing any. All those in favor of approving item 22-18-69, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. 22-18-69 is unanimously approved.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. That's all we have.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. We'll move on to Parks and Recreation Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Chris Watts.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have no business tonight in Parks and Recreation.
Thank you so much, Coach. We'll move on to Finance Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Mark Adams.
No business tonight, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir. Information and Technology Committee. That's chaired by Councilmember Terry Miller.
No business at this time, Madam Mayor.
Thank you so much, sir. Maintenance and Sanitation Committee. Vice Chair, Councilman Mark Adams.
No business, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Transportation Committee. That's chaired by Dr. LaShawn Verdanley.
No items tonight, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, my councilwoman. We'll move on to Personnel and Organization Committee. That's chaired by Mayor Pro Tem Richard Siegel.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. No business tonight.
What? Okay. Thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem. Ordinance and Intergovernmental Committee. Vice Chair, Councilmember LaShawn Verdanley.
No items, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much, Dr. Danley. Education and Training Committee, chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
No items at this time, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, sir. Communications Committee, that's also chaired by Councilmember Samuel Davis.
No items at this time, Madam Mayor. Thank you.
No more Wednesday wind down?
No, we have a concert on Friday.
Yes, I know
So,
there's a concert Saturday.
Richard talk about it in other business.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Councilman Davis. Well, we do have other business, and I'll open it up for council members, and then I would recognize someone in the audience. So is there any other business to come before council tonight from council members?
Madam Mayor, since Councilman Davis called me out, I'll go ahead and mention that there will be a concert on O'Neill Plaza Friday evening. It's a bluegrass band. I don't remember their name, but
It's bluegrass, I believe.
But if you check the city's Facebook page, they've got clips, YouTube clips of them performing. And then also this weekend is Music and Arts on the Plaza, which has two parts. One is also Friday night. So while that concert is going on, people will also have the opportunity to walk down Broad Street and look at pieces of art that are in the windows of several of the businesses there. And then an all-day concert on Saturday with vendors and arts and crafts and music and great time to be had for one and all. And then I'm going to yield the floor to Councilman Terry Miller to talk about something.
Okay, you have something to talk about too?
Yes, I do.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mayor Pro Tem and Madam Mayor. I wanted to remind those here and those watching on City TV that I'll be hosting a town hall on Thursday evening at 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock at the Arbor Station Clubhouse. We will be discussing all matters citywide, not just Ward 1 matters, but we'll be talking about the master plans, we'll be talking about the tax allocation districts, we'll be talking about the U.S. space program. No, that's
Not that one.
we won't talk about that unless somebody wants to bring that topic up. Yeah, we'll take any questions. We'll have staff there as well, so it'll be a wide-ranging evening.
Very good. Look forward to the town hall. Hopefully I'll be back in town. I'm not sure my schedule.
And there'll be no
But-
donuts, I'm sorry to say. So,
No donuts.
no donuts.
Okay, thank you so much, Councilman Miller. Also today, I don't know if staff, there isn't any staff reports, but we did have a Susan G. Coleman, we had a car wash today at the parking deck to raise money for breast cancer awareness. And so that went over really well. The Human Resources Department hosted, and Mr. Carlos and Brent and a lot of folks from HR were out there washing cars. And so they did a great job. My jalopy looks almost newsed, looks really nice. So they did a great job collecting money for the breast cancer awareness. So that was good. We do have an elected official, Mr. Gregory Baker, our tax commissioner. I don't know if you just want to speak or wave your hand. Wave your hand, Mr. Baker. Okay, thank you so much. Douglas County Tax Commissioner in the audience. Okay, so we'll move on to item 20, our city attorney, Mr. Joel Dotson.
No business, Madam Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Chief Assistant City Attorney, Ms. Susan Littlefield.
Good evening. Yes, ma'am. If we could have a brief executive session at the end of the evening to discuss property acquisition, please. That's all.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. Chief of Police, Chief Sparks, you want to talk about your, you had a jamboree. You want to talk about that? Chief of Police, Gary Sparks. Mm-hmm.
A lot of activities for the kids.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. That would be good. Mm-hmm. You have D-Cops coming up?
Yes, we going into a phase where we're going to be working with some social organizations.
Yes, sir.
The men of Kappa side and the men of the Naval side. It's all part of our overall approach to fighting gangs.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to encompass those organizations, and then we'll do a decop, come around the back end.
Yes, sir.
So we will have one in November, because we'll be planning on November preparedness town hall meetings.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be coming down with more information on that.
All right. Thank you, Chief. We'll move on to our city manager, Ms. Marcia Hampton.
The only report I have is Mr. Aaron Sarowitz will come down to talk to you all about some upcoming events.
Okay. Mr. Aaron. Good to see you. Give us your name and address for the record, please.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Aaron Sarowitz, 6695 Church Street. Mayor Pro Tem kind of stole my thunder a little bit, but that's okay.
Well, you know the name of the group, though.
The first event that I'd like to cover is the mayor spearheaded an initiative with the USO. We have some boxes that will be out at City Hall, Jesse Davis Park.
Police department?
What's that?
Police department?
Police Department, Hunter Park, and the fifth one escapes me.
Probably here at the conference center.
You're right.
Ta-da.
It is the conference center. So those boxes will be out accepting donations for, non-perishable food items, baby wipes, bottles of water for current and active military. So that'll be the whole month of October. We'll be accepting donations for that. And then in November, we'll make the, kind of the presentation to USO at a council meeting. So then, as Mayor Pro Tem said earlier, we have a Community Rocks concert, and that's on Friday, and that is on O'Neill Plaza from 7 to 9, and the band is Mountain Heart that will be performing. If you recall, I forgot last round of meetings what their name was, so no worries there. And then finally, at the Hollis Street Community House on October 11th, there's a community enrichment meeting, and that is from 7 to 8.
Yes, sir. And I just want to expound a little bit on USO. USO is for elected officials and city employees to donate. There is a list of items that are needed for our active military, and it's our initiative that I wanted to do for Veterans Day. And so we'll ask that you just please bring those items forward, and we can. The list is attached to the box, but I'll have HR.
I happen to have the list with me. If you'd like me to read off of it. Oh, sure, that'd be great. Yeah, I'll do that. Great.
And for Veterans Day, we have city employees who have served to send their pictures in to Mr. Aaron, and we're going to have a presentation at the council meeting when the USO representative comes to the council meeting, and it'll show all the veterans for the city and all of that. So, but all that information will be coming out. So
Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.
Madam Mayor, I have one more.
Yes, sir.
Let's not forget about this month is this week is Georgia Pre-K Week. And coming up Thursday, Council Lady LaShawn and I will be over at Sheriff's and Arms, and we will have City TV there with us.
Mm-hmm.
And the director is here, director? Okay. Thank you. We will be there.
You're going to read to the pre-K kids.
Read, and I'm sure most of all you all city councilman and mayor got an email from organizations. So
I'm in Savannah. I would.
Right, let's get in them classrooms this week.
I'll be reading tomorrow morning at Inspiring Scholars.
Where are you going, Terry?
I'm going to be at the Learning Center, I believe.
Learning Center.
I'm showing up somewhere, and I'm going to be reading a book.
Okay, good.
Whether they want you to or not.
They turned down my request to read Fahrenheit 451, so I'll do so.
No, we're not reading that one.
It'll be Click Clack Moo, which actually I've read and is an excellent book. I highly recommend it, by the way.
All right.
I'm going to read Hat and the Cat.
You mixing it up. Okay, we'll move on. City manager, he said Hat and the Cat.
Can't top that, Mayor.
Okay. Now the floor is open for comments from citizens and delegates, and you all have sustained the meeting. I believe we have some comments from citizens and delegates. If you'd like to come and address the council, we'd love to hear from you. Please come forward and give your name and address for the record, and you have 5 minutes to make your statement. So the floor is open. No? Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Carol Burton, and I'm a business owner. We want to see the mayor and the council to take initiative and allocate funds to redevelop the north side as it has been recommended by the developers, ADP. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other comments? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I have a comment. I just wanted to say thanks to everyone who came out to September Saturdays. And I've had some questions directed to me in regards to the proposed TADS map.
Mm-hmm.
And Ms. Patrice, she and I spoke just a little bit prior to the meeting that on October the 15th, Ms. Williams will be giving a presentation in regards to the TADS. Is that correct? I'm sorry?
Yes.
Yes. There'll be a presentation on October the 15th, and I'm really glad to see the citizens out. Pastor Williams is here, the pastor of Golden. I'm really glad to see that you all are coming out. There's an initiative to get individuals out to council meetings, not just when there's an issue, but to be in attendance. So thank you so much, Pastor Williams, for spearheading the initiative to encourage people to come out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Daly. Dr. Williams, I had to put my lookers on. You need to come forward and say something. Please do. I apologize, I didn't see you. My
That's not a
glasses, I
problem at
said
all.
lookers. Please give
Gregory
your name and address.
Williams, it's a pleasure tonight to be here with you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for the wonderful work that you are actually doing. We are praying for you, and we want you to make sure that you keep us in mind, the north side of town. We're looking for supernatural things on that side of town. So you guys are in our prayers. Good to see all of you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Williams. We appreciate that. Any other comments from citizens and delegates? Thank you. If not, we'll move on to staff reports. Do we have any staff reports, City Manager? Okay, then I will take a motion to go into executive session to discuss a property acquisition.
I'll make a motion to adjourn into executive session for the purpose of discussing a potential property acquisition.
Thank you. I have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. It's been properly moved and second to adjourn into executive session to discuss a property acquisition. All those in favor of adjourning into executive session, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. We are adjourned into executive session after we take a 5-minute recess.